So, hi sir, i-re-recite ko po ngayon ang aking na-analyze at na-memorize sa ating subject sa CDI at sa iba pa. So, magba-blindfold na po ako. Number 1 is investigation. Derived from the Latin word investigator or investigus, which means trace or track. Number 2 is criminal investigation. Art and science which deal identity and location of the offender. Meron tayong triple aims, which is identity of the identity of the guilty party, and then locate where about the offended party, and then provide evidence of his guilt, and then punta tayo sa criminal investigator. Criminal investigator is a public safety officer who tasks in conduct to investigation. Meron siyang 3 tools, which is information, the investigation from records and person. And then interview is art of questioning whether casual or skillful. And then instrumentation is real evidence application of instrument. And then meron tayong source of information. Meron tayong regular source, which is open source and records and files. Meron tayong cultivated source, which is furnished by informants and informer. And then cultivated source, and then Grapevin source is come from understanding characteristic such as prisoners. Okay. Meron tayong informant. Informer. Meron tayong informer, which is siya yung informer is the one who furnishes information to investigation. And then informant naman is the provide information of proper voluntary of without any consideration. Hindi tayo sa types of informant. Okay. Meron tayong anonymous. Anonymous is the provide evidence to the law enforcement. And then anonymous, and then elimination informant is the give information to eliminate the rival person. And then false informant, meron siya siya yung no values appears with no values appears to be on the side of the law, and then informant and frightened informant is he may be the one who lesser the gang member. And then aggrandizing informant, information who move around of the center of civil group of who move around the group of criminal criminal group. Okay, and then of the center of criminal group. And then mercenary informant, which is ito naman yung mercenary informant is could be the one of the member of syndicate. Okay, meron, and then next doon is meron tayong double crosser informant is talk to the police to get more information. And then woman informant, ito yung woman informant, she could be an associate of the syndicate. And then incidental informant, which is incidental informant, individual who furnish information with no intention. Ayun. Yun. And then meron tayong casual informant, which is ito yung social or professional position possess. And then meron tayong automatic informant, which is ito yung those by virtue of official possession are expected. Is recruited informant, individuals that are selected, trained, and utilized as continuous. Interview is a conversation type of eliciting of information from willing witness and victim. Then eliciting interview. And then punta tayo sa ironic informant interview. Meron siyang identity is a prior convincement of prior commencement of an interview to investigation. And then rapport is the rapport is a good positive feeling of subject of subject towards the investigators. And then open statement naman ay open statement the investigator must have indicate why the subject are constructed. Yun yung open statement. And then narration is meron tayong narration. Narration naman, ito yung narration is the witness should be tell all is known with little distraction. Ayun. Narration yun. And then narration, ano pa yung sunod? Narration is, ito yung narration, yun yung sinabi ko. Sana, narration. And inquiry, ano tayo sa inquiry pala? Inquiry is the time of investigation, the time of investigators to ask question to clarify him the cases of undergoing investigation. Yun yung inquiry yan. Inquiry. And then inquiry, sunod inquiry, and then inquiry, conclusion. Okay. Sa conclusion naman is the proper close the interview with the utmost courtesy. Ayun. Yun yung kwan. And then yun. And then conclusion, and then interrogation. Interrogation, ito yung the interrogation to ask. Interrogation is the ask questioning. Okay. Interrogation to ask questioning. Interrogation, that the interrogation naman lang kasi interrogation interrogation, that type of questioning. Interrogation is a skillful questioning of hostiles and of persons suspected. And then dito tayo sa methods of technique. Sa methods of technique interrogation, meron siyang emotional appeal, which is ito yung place the subject in proper frame of mind. Yan. And then proper sympathetic appeal, ito yung the person who yung sympathetic appeal is the suspect may feel the need of sympathy. Yun. Kindness. Sa kindness naman, meron tayong kindness. Kindness is the suspect will confess if he is treated kind or treated kind and friendly manner. And then kindness, and then susunod doon kindness, shifting the blame. Shifting the blame is the he believes that the subject is obviously dumps blame to someone. Ayun yung and then buff and split pair. Ito yung unapplicable where the one suspect. Ayan. Ayun, and then si Matt and Jeff are two agent employed, and Matt is the relentless investigator. And then punta tayo sa pretense and physical evidence. Physical evidence has found the laboratory experts against him. Ayun. And then then some physical evidence, and then next tayo pretense and physical evidence, and then yung susunod doon ay jolting. Ito yung the jolting is the maybe applied the calm and nervous subjects. Ayan. And then jolting yun. And then extenuation, the investigator is indicate and he does not the investigators indicate he does not more than consider yun. And then sa next naman tayo, custodial investigation is the any questioning is by the law enforcement officer. And then RA 7438 is the rights of person detained and under custodial investigation. And then punta tayo sa confession. Confession is the direct acknowledge of guilt in rising the commission of crime. And then admission is the self-incriminatory statement by by the subject falling on an acknowledged guilt. And then punta tayo sa types of confession. Meron tayong judicial confession. Judicial confession is made by the accused and suspect in an open court. And then extrajudicial is extrajudicial naman. This type of confession is inadmissible. And then sa last, and then yung thing, and then in last naman is surveillance is disdainable observation person of place. Yun yung surveillance, disdainable person place. So ayun lang po. Maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat po, sir.